Also, as international students, if you have earned income in Canada, you have residential ties to Canada as well, and you have lived in Canada for over 180 days during that tax year, you would be required to file your taxes. Hey guys, it's your girl Wiz Queen back again with another video. If this is your first time on my channel, thank you so much for joining. On this channel I share information on personal finance, fashion and lifestyle, so please consider subscribing below and ensure you turn the post notification bell on as well. And if you're a returning subscriber, you know the vibes, please give this video a thumbs up, don't hesitate to leave a comment below, and don't forget to share with your friends as well. As you can see from the title in today's video, we are going to be sharing information on everything you need to know regarding filing taxes in Canada, especially as a newcomer, or you can call this a newcomer's guide to knowing the basis and foundation of filing taxes. So we are going to be talking about the when, the why, the how, the what, and all of those questions you have on your mind regarding filing taxes in Canada. My approach to this video would be to just ask a question and provide an answer to it. So just in case the video is too long for you to go through the whole path, you can scroll within the chapters that you'd see after the description box and select whichever question you need for the information on, or you need to go back anyhow you would like it. So you can use the chapters below to scroll between questions. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. So the first question most newcomers would have is, what does it mean to file taxes? Especially if you are coming from a country where this is not the norm, you're not used to filing taxes, you don't even understand what the basis is. Well, I'm just here to provide a basic detail as to what it's all about. Filing a tax return basically means you filling out the obligatory forms and providing these details to Canada Revenue Agency, which is CRA, as I would continue to refer to it in the rest of the video. So basically, you're just filling out these details, providing your income, your marital status, your family size, your dependents, and all of those information regarding your finances and yourself to the CRA or to the federal government. So with this information, the CRA would calculate and do some analysis and come up with how much you should have paid in taxes depending on your tax bracket, and if you should probably get a tax refund. The second question, which is quite popular, is why do we need to file taxes? Like, what is the point? What is the purpose? If you earn income by means of employment, self-employment, investment, any kind of income that you earned in Canada, you are legally required to pay taxes on them. It's just a law. You are required, once you earn money, you have to pay taxes on it. If you don't pay those taxes, then you would be liable for tax evasion. Yep, and it's illegal. You could actually face jail time by evading taxes. So you want to make sure that you are filing your taxes. That way you are providing the government with the basic details that they need to do to do these calculations and determine if you are owing taxes or if you have to be getting taxes back. So it's just a law, it's the legal requirement. You have to file taxes, otherwise you are going to be caught breaking the law. So that is the reason why you have to file taxes. And with tax money that you pay, the government is able to put in place infrastructure, basic amenities, and take care of the basic needs of the country. So filing your taxes is definitely very important, as well as paying your taxes. The next question is, when do you need to file a tax return? This is actually very straightforward. The government uses calendar year for income taxes, which is January to December. So January to December of a specific year, you will be required to file the taxes for that year in the following year before April 30th in Canada. So say for instance, from January to December of 2021, all the income you earned, you have to file your taxes on or before April 30th of 2022, which is the following year. For this year, April 30th is on a weekend, which is Saturday. So by the law, the government has to move it to the next business day, which is Monday, May the 2nd. So tax filing for 2021 is not due until May 2nd, but generally it's April 30th of the following year. Although if you don't owe taxes, you can file at any point in time. Actually, you can file at any point in time, depending on when you arrive into the country or whenever you're ready. But if you owe taxes after filing your tax, so say for instance, you should have filed your tax on April 30th or by April 30th, and you don't file it until say May 30th, and you are caught or you are found to be owing $1,000 in taxes, that would mean the CRA can charge you interest, penalties, fees on all of that, on that amount that you are owing due to not filing your taxes at the due date. So if you are not owing taxes, good for you, you're not going to pay any penalty. In fact, the CRA is going to give you a tax credit whenever you file the taxes, but it's recommended you file your taxes on or before the due date, just for safety and just for legal purposes. Who is required to file or pay taxes in Canada? Canada determines who owes income tax by their residency status. So if you are a permanent resident of Canada, that is, you are living permanently in Canada, you're a Canadian citizen, you're a Canadian resident, permanent resident, or you're a refugee, you live completely in Canada, then you'll be expected to file your taxes. If you live temporarily in Canada and you lived for less than 180 days during the tax year, you may not be required to file taxes unless you prove your residency status. By proving your residency status could mean that you maybe have a bank account, you have a driver's license, you have the health card, you probably have kids, or you have dependents, you have a home as well. Those would determine your residency status in Canada. So even if you stayed in Canada for less than 180 days and those situation applies to you, then you might be required to file taxes. Also, as international students, if you have earned income in Canada, you have residential ties to Canada as well, and you have lived in Canada for over 180 days during that tax year, you would be required to file your taxes. And also, filing your taxes doesn't determine, or is not based on how old you are. It depends on how much income you've earned. That's also another thing I would like to point out. In Canada, they don't determine that, okay, if you are the age of 21 in Canada, then you have to start filing your taxes. It depends on how much you've earned. So even if you are 14 and you do a certain job or a business, or you did something, maybe a social media business, and you earned a lot of money, like $100,000, then you would have to file taxes on it, even if you're at the age of 14, like you're a teenager. Or so there's a base minimum starting from 12,000, I believe. You would have to file taxes on the income you earn above that amount. And also, as a business owner or a self-employed person as well, you would be required to file taxes regardless of your age, your status. Filing your taxes is based on how much you earned, not your age. What do you need to file your tax return? You need a lot of your tax slips. Those are basically what you need. You need your T4, which is your employment income. So if you've had one or more jobs during the tax year, your employer would provide you with a T4. If you also have a T5 form or tax slip, which is your investment income, you would also use that slip as well. If you've also gotten lockdown benefits, employment insurance, and other kind of incomes, you would get a T4A. Just collate all of those tax slips together, and with those information and your basic information that you'll be able to provide, like your SIN, your address, your name, your family size, and all of that details, you'll be able to use the information to file your taxes. Another popular question is, how do you reduce your taxable income? I know a lot of people, of course, even myself, would like to reduce how much you pay in taxes. There are a number of ways for you to do that. I would link it in the description box to CRA just so you can see more and learn for yourself, but I'll just list some of the most popular ways to reduce your taxable income. The first thing is for you to make an RRSP contribution. Making an RRSP contribution would mean you deferring your taxes to a future date by contributing to a retirement plan. So once you make a contribution to that retirement plan, your taxes would be deferred to a future date. So whenever you withdraw from your RRSP account would be when your taxes would be taken out from your income. Another way is to make charitable donation. You can also claim lots of deductible expenses like work from home expenses, childcare expenses, moving expenses if you move between provinces, and also like tuition as well if you went to school. There are a lot of expenses that you can actually claim. So just look at the link in the description. You can find the one that would fit you. It's not a one size fits all for everybody. Just go through the details and see which deductible expense you can claim to reduce your taxable income. The next thing is, how do you file your taxes? You can file your taxes using the paper method, or you can also file electronically. Most people tend to use the electronic approach, which is you can file online using any of the software. You can use Simple Tax, which is one of the most popular tax softwares in Canada because it's completely free. It's a product by World Simple. You can also use TurboTax, I think they have a subscription, and I think they have a free version as well. You can check that out. You can as well use a tax professional like an accountant, a bookkeeper, for a fee. So you can file your taxes using either of those ways that I've just listed. So what happens when you file your taxes? Once you provide the government with the details regarding your income from the tax year, your expenses, all of the credits you'd like to claim, the government would calculate and determine how much is your total income and how much is your taxable income. So your taxable income is your total income less your allowable expenses. So sometimes some expenses might be allowed, some expenses might not be allowed. So your taxable income would be what would determine how much you'll be taxed. By the government, I mean the CRA. The CRA would also use these details to determine your tax bracket and calculate your taxes. So say for instance, I held 4 jobs in 2021, and I had my first job for 2 months. I had another job for 4 months. I had another job for 2 months, and maybe I had the last job for the rest of the 3 months for the year, and I earned different income at different points in time. The government, once I filed my taxes with all of the T4 slips that I've gotten from my previous employers, so the CRA would calculate, okay, so hey, Wiz Queen, how much? This is however much you've earned in year 2021. You earned $80,000, and of $80,000, your taxable income is $62,000. So with $62,000, this is how much taxes you are going to be paying, and this is how much taxes you have paid. So if based on the taxes my previous employers has withheld from my paycheck, my taxes has been fully paid. So maybe all of the paychecks I got in 2021, my employers removed 200 here, 300 here, 700 here, 800 here, and all of the amount sums up to the total amount CRA has calculated that would be my taxes, and I've paid that much. Then the government will determine, okay, you've paid too much in taxes, then we are refunding you X amount of dollars. So that would be my tax refund. And if I have not paid sufficient taxes, maybe at the later part of the year, I got a higher paying job and I was paying lower taxes, so the government can calculate and say, okay, based on the summary you've provided, looks like you are owing a bit more in taxes than you have actually paid. Then that would mean I'm owing the government taxes, and I'll have to repay them maybe X amount of dollars that I see in my notice of assessment. After filing your taxes, you'll be getting a notice of assessment that would show if you are going to be getting a tax refund or if you are owing taxes to the government. If you are owing taxes to the government, then a breakdown will be provided for you regarding how you can plan to pay your taxes, or if you want to pay back in full. If you are on your notice of assessment as well, you would see some of the benefits that you'll be getting maybe from the provincial government or the federal government, like your GST credit, or maybe your Ontario Trillium benefit if you stay in Ontario, or maybe any benefit you'll be getting from whichever province you reside in. Once you file your taxes, you'll be provided with a notice of assessment that would show the summary of all of your tax details. It will show your gross income, your taxable income, your deductible expenses. It will show you the tax, how much you paid in tax, federal taxes, how much you paid in provincial taxes, the tax credits you claimed. It will also show your RRSP contribution and how much you have to contribute for the next year. It's going to show your TFSA limit. It's going to show you all of those basic information that you need to see on your notice of assessment. Does filing a tax return benefit you? Filing your tax return definitely benefits you in a number of ways that we can't even talk about in this video. So apart from the fact that it makes you a responsible citizen, it also proves your residential status in Canada. So it will come very handy for you when you're trying to file to or apply to become a citizen, or when you're trying to apply to become a permanent resident. If you have filed your taxes in the previous years, it will definitely be very helpful for you. It would also allow you access to lots of government benefits as well. If you're also trying to buy a property, your income would be checked or determined based on your notice of assessment. A lot of things like is tied to you filing your taxes, so it's very important for you to do so. Don't take it as a joke. I believe I have covered the basis and the most important part regarding filing your taxes in Canada and everything you need to know. If you have further questions, definitely leave them in the comment section. I'm more than happy to respond to your questions. If you have other suggestions as well regarding video ideas or something you would like to see on this topic, you can leave them in the comment as well. I'm happy to consider doing another video to shed more light light into what taxes is all about in Canada and how you can learn and benefit from it as a newcomer. That's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoy watching it, please don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe below, and turn the post notification bell on as well. Leave a comment below if you enjoy watching this video. I would like to read from you, and you can also share details for other people to read and learn from you as well. That's pretty much it, guys. I'll see you all in my next video. In the meantime, stay confident. Bye, guys.